As I'm sure you're all aware, Disney has now recently just fired 1,000 people. What a way to start off Josh D'Amaro's tenure as the CEO, am I right? Man, that is absolutely crazy. So, wow, look at that. He starts his tenure off by firing 1,000 employees. That touches everything from marketing to Marvel, and that is a big one we do have to talk about. So the company eliminated approximately 20 roles within its publicity departments while also cutting the entire home entertainment team. So this part here to me, that's scary to me because the home entertainment team is the one that does the home video releases, right? Like that's like your Blu-rays, your DVDs, like that team is now gone. So I guess Disney's not going to be doing physical media anytime soon. Oh, joy. So, yeah. Now, the big one that we are going to talk about today is, well, I think that sucks. Like, no physical media is an awful thing. Buy physical media if you can. The big thing is Marvel. Marvel was hit off a lot. Disney lays off the Marvel Comics editor, who recently had 300,000 copies sold from his Daredevil comic. So, Marvel Comics have been hit particularly hard in Disney's latest round of layoffs. There is David Gabriel, who is a publishing editor, has been recently let go, and this is because he recently just had Daredevil number one, so they did another relaunch of Daredevil, because that's all comics can do nowadays. And it sold 300,000 copies, which in modern day is very good. So he is out after 23 years at Marvel. So he's been there almost as long as I've been alive. So he's the senior VP of print sales and marketing, and he is now gone. Also, editor Devin Lewis is also gone. And yeah, he worked on other books like Daredevil, Moon Knight, Morbius, Punisher, all that type of stuff. So more people who were let go was Timothy Chen, who is the director of communications, Lauren Bism, who's the senior editor of the Marvel Kids line, Marvel Zombies and Strange Tales, and Darren Shan, who's the editor for X-Men Outback, X-Men 97, and the Age of Revolution titles. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm too sad about this because Marvel Comics is it's in dire need of people being fired. It really is. Ever since this shit started, all new, all different Marvel was the biggest sign that, oh, we are fucked for Marvel. That's what it was. It's the biggest sign that, oh, we are fucked. So, like, here's the thing, Darren, you're responsible for all these X-Men titles. X-Men's in the shitter now, so you know what? Maybe this is for the best. The Marvel Kids line, I don't really pay attention to Marvel Kids line. Marvel Zombies and Strange Tales, I don't really care. Timothy Chen, director of communications, and whatever. But, you know, Lewis being an editor, right? And then Gabriel being the senior vice president. Maybe it's needed. Maybe that it's needed because Marvel is in a shitty place, and if I ever got in control of Marvel today, everyone is fired. You're all fucking fired. We're restarting from the ground up, right? Now, maybe this is actually a bad thing, and maybe Gabriel was secretly one of the only people there who was, you know, doing a good job, and they fired him for it. If that is the case, then fuck. Okay, all right. But you know, on face value, I'm not too distraught about all this news. Disney also laid off the entire development visual effects department at Marvel Studios. Only a skeleton crew remains in place to coordinate hiring on a per project basis. So we have a skeleton crew for the VFX department, which sucks for Disney and Marvel when all their movies nowadays are just fucking green screen messes. Maybe you should go back to, I don't know, making real movies, and then you wouldn't have to have this problem. I don't know. But with all these Disney layoffs coming in, and really, I'm not too broken up about any of this because a lot of people who are at Disney now don't deserve to be there, and they were hired because they ticked the box, they met a quota, right? They were casted to be in wherever they are. But a recent Disney employee spoke out about it, and he said that the DEI toned down since the election. So, Josh Dawes, a software engineer who worked for Disney for 12 and a half years, posted on Twitter that he was let go as a result of the latest round of layoffs. According to his profile and post, he worked on various Disney blogs, Shop Disney, and ESPN Fantasy Sports. I was just laid off from the Walt Disney Company after 12 and a half years. Ask me anything. So, okay, here we go, right? So here's what he said. Someone asked him, "What's your attitude towards Disney's DEI infrastructure?" Not a fan, but they've toned it down a ton since Trump was elected. The vibe shift is real. That could now here's the thing. I'm fucking pressing X to fucking doubt on that part. Because from what I've seen from Disney, they're doing the same old shit. Now have they toned it down in some of their movies as of late? Yeah. Like Inside Out 2, we know that they specifically went in and told them there better not be a fucking inkling that Riley is gay. Not a crumb. Like, right? There was recently I think it was an Inside Out spin-off TV show where there was going to be some trans allegory or a character was trans and Disney said, no, fuck that. You aren't doing that shit. So it could be a thing where there is a vibe shift, but we aren't going to see that full vibe shift for a while because shows and movies take time to come out. So it could be that a lot of the stuff they have in production right now will, echo that vibe shift, but we won't be seeing it for a while. So, someone asked him how bad the DEI is inside the company, if anything can be done to change course. He said, peaked in 2020 and has been in steady decline since then. It's much better internally now. The vibe shift is real. Okay, right? All right. So here, Comic Book News says this lines up with many observers have been saying for a while, which is that Disney appears to have been quietly pulling back from its more aggressive internal activism following years of backlash from fans, investors, and the public. And of course, the numerous failed projects, of which there are many. So, someone asked, why do you guys hate conservative Christians and want to shove the LGBTQ agenda down our throats? He responded, very small and vocal minority of the company. Most folks just want to make cool stuff. I would love it if this is true. Now, we've seen it many times in various fandoms when it comes to, shows, movies, games, that a lot of the worst ones of them, for example, your My Hero Academia fans who, threw a fit because Katsuki and Deku didn't fuck at the end, right? They're the small, fringe little minority there. How they always try to say that the people who hate the show are the vocal minority? Yet the show actually failed, so they weren't the minority, they were the majority, and then the people who liked your show were the minority. Star Wars is here, so that's perfectly apt for something like The Acolyte, Obi-Wan Kenobi, right, for those shows. I would love if this is real, that it is just a small vocal minority, and that most people in Disney just want to make cool stuff, because that's all we need now. We just need cool stuff again. What's your opinion on the direction the company is heading, positive or negative in general? And he said cautiously optimistic. He said the same thing when asked if Disney can turn things around or if it will keep declining. Cautiously optimistic. I'm rooting for them. America needs a healthy Disney. It does. Not just America. I think the world can benefit from a healthy Disney as a whole. He said he can't say much, but the mood internally has shifted in what I consider a positive direction. So, right here, he was asked, how many Christians work there? Not enough, but more than you might think. He got asked what the most woke thing he ever saw at Disney was. He answered, I was in that not at all secret gay agenda all hands. Yeah, that was fucking, when that leaked Zoom call of that woman saying her not so secret gay agenda, which went viral. Yeah, that was pretty fucking bad. That's pretty fucking bad. When it comes to Star Wars, he dismissed the idea that Disney employees were intentionally trying to destroy the brand. I am so sorry, Josh. Question, was the effort to ruin Star Wars conscious or not? Nah, no one wants to make crap. So that is also mildly concerning, because that means they think they're making good shit when they're not. They're really not. When is the last time Star Wars was truly popular, like a viable brand? I would say, honestly, maybe after The Last Jedi, because I think The Last Jedi was the big stake in the coffin. Oh fuck, this shit's not working. And then it just got followed by like The Rise of Skywalker, Solo flopped and lost money. Then we get the Disney Plus shows, right? You had The Mandalorian, which did good, but then you get Obi-Wan Kenobi, The Acolyte, Ahsoka. You know, it's like, oh no. So he asked about the layouts, and he asked if AI played a role. He said, on the grand scale, probably to some degree. On the small scale, it's probably more to do with me being remote. Remote workers are easier to cut. That's true. They're usually the first people to go are the remote workers. That is also usually what companies do. They go for remote workers first, and AI probably, yes, definitely played a role. In about 5 years, get ready. Hollywood's going to fully accept AI. When asked if the layoffs were the result of poor decisions by top executives, Dawes said, I think the new CEO needs to make some big moves to instill confidence in the market. Yes, he does. He's got to make some very big moves to cause Disney to one day hopefully get back to where it was. I mean, firing people is never, in a perfect world, it would not be a good thing. But this isn't a perfect world, and Disney has been shit for years, so, I do think that this is like a 50-50 thing. I think some people fired don't deserve to be at Disney and shouldn't be there. And other people are like Josh there, who were just kind of vibing and doing their job, And that is the shame thing. But this doesn't come at a good time for Disney. Not when Avengers Doomsday is going to come out and their budget is about $700 million and they need to hit $1.5 billion to break even. That's not a good thing. But maybe they are firing people to... who knows, maybe try and be like, we can keep some money, if we fire all these people. That could be it. So let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments down below, and I shall see you guys all next time.